Hey guys, this is Tauna. Today we're going to be talking about Universes Beyond. Magic the Gathering started Universes Beyond back in like 2021. It started with some secret layers and everything, and now we're at the point where we're going to be getting full sets of Universes Beyond. We had obviously the Lord of the Rings one, and from what I know, it was either the best-selling or second best-selling set that has ever, been released and stuff. It is honestly bonkers. We're going to talk about why I love Universes Beyond and also the reason that I do not like Universes Beyond, which is going to be, I don't know, I'll see what you guys think about it. Generally, I don't share all that many thoughts about about Magic the Gathering or go kind of in depth into my actual opinions and stuff. But I wanted to, do this video. It's going to be slightly rant-ish and stuff, but it's mostly, trying to be positive, trying to be constructive and stuff. So we're going to start and talk about why I love Universes Beyond, because I think that Universes Beyond is an amazing product from my point of view and in my opinion, but you guys may not necessarily agree with that, and that's perfectly fine. Universes Beyond is something that's not for everyone. It's aimed towards those people who enjoy kind of, crossovers and stuff, enjoy certain types of product. You like seeing certain characters in your game and being able to do that. And I will say, Universes Beyond is something that kind of brought me to Magic. When the release of the Lord of the Rings set happened, and when the Doctor Who set and everything happened, that was when I kind of started to kind of get back into Magic, right? I used to play, and then I kind of, took a break and stuff, but that's when I started kind of going really heavy and really kind of ham into it. Universes Beyond, I love kind of seeing and being able to play with the certain characters that I enjoy, kind of like stuff like the Doctor Who set, for example, being able to have the 10th Doctor out with Rose and kind of pair them up and stuff. That's not for everyone, don't get me wrong. Like, not everyone necessarily likes the fact that certain characters are now existing in the game, especially once they kind of, extend beyond just kind of Commander and stuff. Once you kind of get into the like modern legal sets starting to happen, like the Lord of the Rings one and the upcoming Marvel one as well, the Assassin's Creed one, all of those some people are going to like, some people aren't. Personally, I enjoy them and I think that they are great, but other people don't like them, want to see Universes Beyond gone and stuff, think that it breaks the flavor of Magic the Gathering and stuff. That's not necessarily what I'm talking about here, though, right? Like, everyone has their reasons whether they like it or don't. I personally love it, but I also hate it, right? Because I'm not someone with an infinite income. I have kids, I have, a life, I have jobs, like I have bills and stuff. So I can't necessarily, spend to get some of the super high-end cards. But those super high-end cards are the ones that are now getting super expensive. So we'll talk about that in a second. First, we're going to talk about, Universes Within, because Universes Within is something that currently exists, where they take cards that have been printed as Universes Beyond cards, and then they print them within sets. However, these are kind of restricted. The Universes Within cards are only the secret layers, like the mechanically unique secret layer characters that are, mechanically unique. They're only secret layer characters. So far they've done them for like the they've done them for the Stranger Things stuff and for the Street Fighter, and finally the Walking Dead ones. Those ones have all kind of been added in, and you can pick up a Walking Dead character. So let's take, for example, America, one of my favorite cards. I've got a whole deck around it. Is originally Zangief, and then got printed Universes Within, a character that now exists within within Magic's lore, as on like in this, I think it was the Strixhaven set. So you can collect. Oh no, it wasn't Strixhaven. It was newcomer, I believe, where you can go pick up Marika and you'll be able to collect. Oh no, it was Strixhaven, I think. Either way. it's a character that you're now able to collect. And there's, a whole bunch of them and stuff, and they are essentially reskinned. They're just the secret lair characters reskinned into Magic's universe and, different lore and, different character and stuff. All of these, keep in mind that they are all just, humans, because of the number one, the ones that they've chosen, they're just humans and, one horror, but the original version of this was a horror as well. We're not looking at, anything beyond that, which is the kind of issue that we're going to be talking about here, is the actual full kind of sets, not the secret layers. Those get printed within there. However, they've straight up said that there's not a large enough group of people who want a universes within version of these cards for them to make a product for it, right? They can't. So these ones, like say for example the Lord of the Rings, the Warhammer ones and stuff, they can't be printed in property, reprinted with in property art or words. So they'd have to essentially substitute words for them. So anything that kind of refers to Astartes, for example, wouldn't be able to be Astartes. It would have to be renamed. All that kind of anything that's kind of themed around that actual property now would need to be renamed and stuff to be actual suitable character within Magic. They can't just kind of print it directly within, which is going to cause issues. Universes beyond aren't going to stop. Not everyone. A lot of people want them. Everyone enjoys not everyone. A lot of people enjoy them. They are overwhelming success. They're not something that's going to be necessarily kind of slowing down. Here they talk within reprinting them, which is what we're going to be talking about here, is that some people want the universe beyond cards, and they want the universes within cards. They straight up people don't want to play with them. There's certain people who don't want to play with them. They don't want to see Iron Man teaming up with Gandalf and taking down the Teferi or something like that. They want to see just purely universes within their purists for universes beyond, which I can understand. Everyone wants to play the game the way they want. They have their own pod. They have the way they want to play, but it's not something that is feasible, is what they are basically saying here, right? If there's enough people that want to see, they just basically said here, we're going to be producing enough universes beyond cards that the ability to make parallel universes within cards for every card, even just the legendaries, is simply not feasible, which is a shame, right? It's a shame that they can't create universes within stuff, but that's not even what I'm trying to get to here. The thing I'm trying to get to here is reprinting. Some of these cards, this is looking at the Fallout one to start with. We're going to look through a few of them and talk about them. Looking at the Fallout one to start with, there are certain cards here that are never going to basically be reprinted, unless they went back to Fallout and did another crossover with that. And even then, some of them aren't going to be reprinted then. They say, for example, they did Fallout again. They print 4 new precons. Nuka-Cola may not be in any of them, which is an issue. Because, some of these cards are really, really great. Not necessarily just kind of within Commander, even. Some of them are finding a lot of uses elsewhere in, the Lord of the Rings set, for example. The Lord of the Rings set, one ring is just a modern godly beast. Orcish Bowmasters, insane in modern. It's great in CEDH and stuff too. That's another reason why it's such an expensive card. But there's cards that are just insanely strong that aren't going to be reprinted. The Warhammer decks, unless they go and print new Warhammer decks or a Warhammer set or something, you can expect these cards not to get reprinted. And same with the Doctor Who ones. Are they going to be reprinting Doctor Who? Unlikely. While these probably were a success, I assume that they made, Wizards of the Coast a fair chunk of money. They're not necessarily going to be going back to, say, for example, Doctor Who, when they could instead go forward into Final Fantasy, Marvel, etc. Now, some of these are possible that they could potentially, you know, see reprints down the line. That's where, you know, a secret lair or something like that could come in. But we know that they're not going to do, you know, universes within ones, and they're not going to necessarily do, hey, here's all the universes beyond cards together that you guys really loved or anything, which is the biggest issue that I'm talking about here, because the way I view Magic is not from a collector point of view. I view it from a game point of view. I play the game. I want cards to be affordable. I want cards to be, you know, at a price that is not going to necessarily break the bank. You know, I know that there's some people out there who do not mind the fact that some cards are, you know, $80 to kind of get into. But these cards here are just going to keep climbing, is what I'm trying to get at here. These cards are just going to keep climbing because of the fact that there is limited product for them. Unless they go and continuously reprint the Doctor Who set until, you know, the end of time, these cards will slowly kind of creep up. You know, we can kind of already see it. So the One Ring, you know, you could see that it's slowly creeping up within the last kind of, you know, few months, especially once, you know, Modern Horizons kind of 3 come out. There's going to be more people slowly getting more interested in Modern, you know, potentially. And then they're going to go play Modern. And they're going to be like, oh, the One Ring is bonkers in this. I need to get myself a One Ring, which means it's slowly going to creep up. As, you know, Lord of the Rings slowly die, like, you know, Lord of the Rings product slowly gets brought up. The bundles that you can get the One Ring in slowly get brought up. You know, all that kind of stuff slowly kind of vanishes off of shelves and stuff. They're slowly going to just keep climbing. You know, looking at Orcish Bowmasters, the same. You know, it kind of climbed up a whole bunch here, but it's slowly kind of, it's keeping the same steady price. While it's, you know, steady at the moment, we can basically tell that this card is slowly going to climb up. I think that they could potentially, you know, reprint some of them. Where is it? Here. If a card doesn't have in-property words, we can... So here they refer to, if a card doesn't have in-property words, they can reprint it with new art. So Orcish Bowmasters here doesn't have in-property words, so technically I think that they could reprint that. The One Ring, though, does, because it has the One Ring. So with that, they can print an in-universe for it with substituted words and new arts. They could technically reprint that, but unlikely. There's other cards, you know, that refer to, say, for example, Tyranids or something like that. They couldn't potentially do without doing it. But either way, they've basically said, you know, there's not a large enough group that want universes within stuff, so they need to reprint it as universes beyond. And what's the likeliness that they actually reprint that? Exalted Flamer is one of the bonkers, like, views of this. I don't... Like, it's just going up and down constantly, but you can see here that now it's kind of settled again after its recent uptake. It's kind of settled at a higher price point. This Exalted Flamers is such a crazy card in any kind of Spellslinger. Is it deck? You know, this is a card that a lot of people are going to need that in the future, or, you know, at the moment, you know. So not getting reprinted is going to kind of cost a lot. Now, as I said, personally, I'm someone who's a big fan of cards being actual game pieces, you know, game pieces and stuff, to be able to actually make the game affordable. I don't want cards to be insanely expensive or anything. I want to be able to have fun and be able to make semi-optimized decks for a relatively, you know, decent price. But looking at kind of this kind of stuff, when you look at kind of staple cards that are just going to slowly get more and more expensive, it's a little bit disappointing. But maybe you guys disagree with me. Let me know. Have a great day and goodbye.